Hello everyone, and welcome back to Court Climbs. Here are some of my favorite routes that I've climbed in the new River Gorge over the past 3 years. I will list the routes in order of difficulty, ranging from 5.7 to 5.10. First up, a 5.7 called Daisy Cutter at Beer Wall. Daisy Cutter is a unique climb for anyone never having done an off-width climb, because you climb in a big crack where you have to put your feet or back on one side and your hands on the other, and use the friction and pressure of the wall to keep inching your way up. The crack here goes way back into the rock and makes a little cave that cold air will come from, so it's a great summertime climb to help beat the heat. Moving on is a 5.7 called Butterfly Flake. This climb is so fun. I remember the first time I got on it loving it, and recently, nearly 3 years later, I got back on it and loved it just as much, if not more. As the name suggests, you climb up this big flake, and it's just a ton of fun. One of my favorite climbs at Cotton Club is a 5.8 called Management or Masks. It's an arete climb with a really nice little view of the river. This 80-foot climb starts on the left side and works its way up and right to the anchors. Birthday Girl is a 5.8 plus at Tan Wall that follows somewhat of a dihedral up 50 feet to the anchors. If you're a somewhat experienced climber, you might be confused by this pick because it's not particularly notable, but I just really liked it, and sometimes that's just the way it goes, you know? Next up is the classic 5.9 Girl Boner at Zero Buttress. Why does it get its name, you may ask? Well, I'm not 100% sure, but what I can tell you is that there's a large pocket on the route that's usually wet. The move using that pocket to get up to the next hold is a bit of a reach, but it feels really great when you get past it, and the rest of the route is just the right mix of slabby and bouncy to make it fun. Flight of the Gumby is a 5.9 plus route that's 90 feet tall. It starts on one side of the rock face and wraps its way around the arete to finish out on the other side of the rock face on the right. I'm a big fan of arete climbs, so that's a big part of the reason why I like this climb. Heading on over to Diamond Point, Strike a Scow 10B is a crimpy, bouncy 75-foot climb that is a pure delight. It starts on a small boulder leaning against the rock face and dances its way up the face. This route feels fairly exposed, but the bolting is decent and you can get some good rest spots if you take the time to find good feet. The Decamaron is a 5.10B that's located in Sanstonia. This 90-foot route definitely is in the running for some of the best views from the anchors in the whole gorge out of all the routes that I've climbed. The climbing itself is fairly easy for the grade until you get up onto the face right before the arete part of the climb, which is the crux. The arete is exposed and beautiful, and as you finish out the climb, make sure to take a little time to savor the moment. Yes, this climb is popular, but think about just how comparatively few people on Earth have had this view that you are currently seeing. Wow, just wow. Brain Tweezers is a crimpy 60-foot 5.10C. The beginning of this climb has some dynamic movement if you're on the shorter side, then it's sustained crimpy climbing until the anchors, with the moves towards the top being trickier than you might think. If you'd like more information about the new River Gorge, check out the videos here. If this video is helpful to you, please share it with a climbing friend. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay hyped.